everyone. So today I am doing something different, and this idea called Impromptu Story dawned on me, I think, a couple of weeks ago as I was pondering around what is it that I want to create out there, because I started this channel around July of last year with a plan that I'm gonna do like a documentary style kind of video, which is not going to expose much of my face because one of my, I think it was just because I wanted my voice to be heard out there, because I think and I'm aware of the power of my voice. But today I was invited to do something different, which is impromptu, which is, inviting in the flow of just being here, because gone are the days that we're going to be always on point and perfect. I have that side of me wherein I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted everything to be structured. But today I'm challenging that. And as I chill with you today, I'm going to talk about the topic around changes and letting go, which is quite evident, and it's happening all over the world, both on a personal and a collective level. And also, before I actually proceed to that, what's interesting is I was actually guided to make it in a storytelling kind of approach. So if you like stories, you'll enjoy it. I like stories a lot. That's why I read so much novels. And my imagination is really so wide and vivid. And I want to invite you to be as imaginative as you can today, if that's possible, if you like it. So, but before I begin, I'd like to formally introduce myself. I think I have it in the first couple of videos I created. So yeah, my name is Apple Ray. I can actually put like different titles, like writer, financial advisor, leader, and stuff like that. But today I want to put a subtitle. If there's like a title, which is my name, I want to put a subtitle under my name, and I want to call it, or call myself, I'm not an it, right? I want to call myself a passionate idealist. Well, from the word, the adjective passionate, I think you can sense that everything for me is like induced with passion. Even the way I eat, I'm very passionate with good food and good coffee. And to me, adding that adjective to the word idealist is quite significant in my journey, because I am part of that group of people who think they can change the world or make this world a better place. Let's put it that way. I think that's better. And if you're part of that group too, like you believe that we can, in little ways make a difference, then this video is for you. This platform is for you. I created this channel out of that purpose, and that knowing that I can use whatever gifts I have to also awaken other people's gifts. It's about time that we wake up, because everybody's sleeping around the idea of who you truly are and the gifts you actually have that you can use to your advantage. But of course, it's gonna be a long journey for you and me. So today, I prepared 3 key stories for you. So the first story is about what we call metamorphosis. So I'm sure you're very familiar with that term, but this is me connecting metamorphosis to what happens when you change, when you let go of a lot of things, right? So metamorphosis is about that biological changes that happens to a caterpillar before it becomes a butterfly, right? But today, I'm not going to focus on those 2. What I want you to do is to focus and imagine the one in between, that transition part, the part that we call pupa, or that cocoon stage, right? That is a process that takes place before the caterpillar becomes a butterfly. And I want you to imagine that you are inside a cocoon. And what happens, right? When you're inside a cocoon, you're being confined, right? And imagine a caterpillar dying in order for him to become a butterfly. And I want you to be in that imagery and have that vision of being cocooned in like a mummy, and you're feeling like you're restricted, your hands are tight, and there's so much slime in your body, and it makes you feel sick, right? I want you to imagine that in a physical form, because the truth of the matter is, when you're changing, you're in that cocoon phase of unpleasantness, of so much ugliness and so much pain. What happens when you change? It's painful. If you're in that transition phase right now, I want to let you know that that is an indication that you are on the right path. You are doing a great job, and you will be in that cocoon because you're being prepared for something more beautiful and something better. And I know, right? Because as a caterpillar, you don't know that you have the capacity to fly and have wings. And I know that's really very, that is something we cannot apply in real life. But I want to use that as a metaphor, because I believe that every human being has wings. We have wings, and we can have the freedom. For me, wings symbolizes freedom. Gone are the days that we're gonna be, just following a particular like rule or regulation that the society is imposing upon us. Gone are the days that we're gonna be following a certain system just because it has worked in the past. No. This is the time. This is more than ever. It's the year of us stepping into our authenticity of who you truly are. Because this is not a battle of beliefs anymore. This is about who are you. And what wise man once said that you have to do you so that you be done. And you won't be done in your mission here on earth if you're not doing you, right? So the changes that's occurring in that cocoon phase, it's gonna be uncomfortable. I cannot tell you that, oh, when you change, it's gonna be awesome. No, absolutely not. It's ugly, it's scary. And I can tell you from experience that there were times when I embraced the change, I thought I'm gonna die. Which is literally, that's what happens, right? In a biological form of an insect or as a caterpillar. But for us, it's different, but it's the same effect. The pain is already there. The second thing I want you to remember about this storytelling that we're exploring together is the term blindfolds, right? Blindfolds, because when you embrace change, there's an invitation for you to be blindfolded. And I want you to imagine yourself in an unfamiliar place. Let's say in a dream state, like you're in the woods, it could be like in the beach, wherever. But it was unfamiliar. It's not your home, it's an unfamiliar place. I want you to imagine yourself being there alone. And all of a sudden, there's an invisible hand that put a blindfold in you. And you were like, of course, the initial reaction, right? When someone blindfolded you, be like, what's going on? I mean, like, it's scary. It's dark. What's happening, right? But you feel like even though you wanted to like prevent the hand from blindfolding you, you cannot do nothing. So you're just forced to, you feel like you're powerless and you're forced to just stand still. But then as someone put the blindfold in you, what happened next was you hear a voice. And the voice told you, trust me, just walk that path and trust me. And of course you'll be like, who's this voice? What is he talking about? Trust me and walk. How can I walk? I can't even see. That's the initial reaction, right? And you will question that voice. What if I fall? What if I fail? What if I stumble? I'm gonna walk blindfolded? Are you serious? Because the reason why I'm connecting you to that story is because you are being blindfolded when you're being invited to transform yourself. And you know what? The hands of that the invisible hands that put blindfolds on to you is the hands of God. And He's inviting you to trust. But what's common for us human beings is we always question. I totally resonate with that, because every time I'm being invited to change, to leave a relationship, to leave a job that I don't enjoy anymore, my first question always is, how can I do that? How about the bills I have to pay? How about the family I need to, support? How about the people who depend on me? And how about if I leave that relationship, will I find someone new, someone better? Will there be someone who could love me? And those questions that actually gets magnified because you're playing those worst case scenarios in your head. But the voice kept on insisting, trust me, just walk that path, because at the end of the path, there will be a door, and actually multiple doors is gonna open for you. I want you to take a deep breath. I know that's a lot. And I will take a deep breath with you as well. And I think most of us walk on earth resisting a lot of, invitation to change, because it's scary. When you're in that comfort zone, you just want to stay there, right? You don't want to go out there. What if, because our minds are very powerful, that it can actually lead you to thinking the worst case scenarios, like I mentioned earlier. In our minds, if this mind, your mind, my mind, are both powerful, then how about we use that to our advantage? That is the reason why I'm inviting you to imagine with me, because the more that you actually use your imagination, the more that you manifest everything that you think about. They say what you think about, you bring about, and that is so true, right? So the third story is called opportunities. And I've already mentioned that in the blindfold story, that when you follow that voice that tells you that propels you to move forward and to just walk, because at the end of it, when you reach a certain point, that threshold, when you reach that, you will see there's so many doors. And once you imagine that, really, maybe 7 doors in front of you, and all of those doors are offering you different invitation. But now you're in a position of discerning, which door do I want to come in, right? Which opportunity do I want to embrace? And that's the beauty when you go through that metamorphosis and you allow the blindfolds and the hands that put the blindfolds on to guide you on your path. I'd like to end this. I always end this, whenever I do my public speaking talks live, which I truly miss. I always end this with a quote of Denzel Washington that says, "Don't aspire to make a living, aspire to make a difference." And I hope I made a difference today by inviting you to change and by reminding you that you're on the right path. You're on the right path. You're doing a great job. And it's about time you appreciate yourself, right? Congratulate yourself for embracing that change. It's difficult, but you actually were able to get past it, right? And if you're still not past it, you will get there. All right. So if there's anything you want me to share about, if you have any suggestions, just put it in the comment section down below. And please like, share, and subscribe, because everybody says that, so I might as well say that too. And if you want to connect with me, do a one-on-one coaching with me, you can send me attention by email. All right. So I'm sending you lots of love. Bye. Take care.